What's going on, Aces? Welcome back to the channel. I hope that all of you are having an amazing New Year's Eve and enjoying your holiday weekend. So, Nigel Lythgoe is denying Paula Abdul's allegations that he SA'd her. Earlier this week, Paula Abdul, who's 61, accused Lythgoe, who's 74, of multiple counts of SA in a lawsuit filed in the Los Angeles County Superior Court, claiming that he SA'd her on two occasions when they both worked for American Idol and on the show So You Think You Can Dance. Now, in a statement to TMZ, Lythgoe responded to Paula Abdul's claims, telling the outlet, quote, to say that I am shocked and saddened by these allegations made against me by Paula Abdul is a wild understatement. For more than 2 decades, Paula and I have interacted as dear and entirely platonic friends and colleagues. Noting that he learned of Abdul's accusations, quote, out of the blue through the press, Lythgoe continues. He says, I want to be clear. Not only are they false, they are deeply offensive to me and to everything I stand for. I can't pretend to understand exactly why she would file a lawsuit that she must know is untrue, but I can promise I will fight this appalling smear with everything I have. I wonder if he's English, because who just says appalling? Even if you have your publicist, your lawyer write that, that's interesting. A representative for Lythgoe did not immediately respond to people's request for comment. Okay, so I went to TMZ to get the full statement, and he finishes by saying, quote, while Paula's history of erratic behavior is well known, I can't pretend to understand exactly why she would file a lawsuit that she must know is untrue. Oh, okay, so that was missing from the people. He called her behavior erratic. He says, but I promise you I can fight this with everything I have. So he doesn't elaborate on the erratic behavior that he's referring to, but it does seem to be a thinly veiled jab at her alleged affair with the ex Idol contestant Corey Clark from way back in the mid 2000s, which she always maintained that did not happen. So it's alleged. Oh, wow. See, she claimed in the early seasons of Idol that he grabbed her top and bottom in an elevator while they were out on the road for regional auditions. While he was also trying to allegedly kiss her, she says that he forced himself on her at some point during their judging stint on So You Think You Can Dance after inviting her to his home to talk business. Well, Nigel's denying all of it and says that Paula is making the whole thing up. None of the other talent from either show has spoken up about this publicly, at least not yet. And Paula hasn't said anything to elaborate beyond what's laid out in this complaint. So, one thing that she did say that stuck out repeatedly, she said that she was afraid to come forward. So, according to her lawsuit, which was filed under the Abuse and Cover Up Accountability Act that allows civil SA lawsuits to be made, even if the statute of limitations has expired. So, Abdul is suing the defendant for SA for battery, for S harassment, gender violence, and negligence. So she's not only just suing Nigel as an individual, she's also suing the entertainment companies, 19 Entertainment Incorporated, Fremantle Media North America Incorporated, American Idol Productions Incorporated, and Dance Nation Productions as defendants. So none of these corporations have responded to her lawsuit. Yeah. So per her suit, the first incident with Lythgoe took place in the early 2000s when they were both working on American Idol. She tried to push him away in the elevator and let him know that his behavior wasn't acceptable. Following the alleged SA, a tearful Paula Abdul called one of her representatives and informed them what she said had taken place. However, back then she chose not to take action for fear that Lythgoe would have fired her from American Idol. She also claims that she was discriminated against in terms of compensation and benefits compared to one of the show's male judges and the host. and was the victim of bullying, humiliation, harassment, constant taunts during her time on the show. The second assault occurred in 2015 when she was on the judge. Well, she was a judge for So You Think You Can Dance during a dinner. See, that's where she lost me. I really wish that, and I'm not victim blaming. Nigel is obviously, but I really wish that she would not have gone to a dinner at his home. However, I understand she kind of felt like, that pressure to, I guess, play along to play the game in order to keep her job. So during this dinner, which the singer had attended, quote, believing that this was a professional invitation, end quote, Lythgoe allegedly forced himself on top of Abdul while she was seated on his couch and attempted to kiss her while proclaiming that the two would make an excellent power couple. Abdul, the document states, pushed Lythgoe off of her, explaining that she was not interested in his advances and then left his property. The suit also details an alleged SA witnessed by Abdul. Oh, and carried out, yeah, I remember that, against her assistant. Um, wow. The incident is alleged to have taken place in April 2015. I feel like if she could get her assistant to, be on the suit along with her, that would help her chances in successfully, suing him and having credibility. Because it's unfortunate, but the truth of the matter is, it's like, when you're in a position where you're not the most powerful person, and oftentimes women are not the most powerful people in the room, you have to be really vigilant and keep your head on a swivel. And you can't accept invitations like that to, someone's home, especially if it's just you. Like I would have taken, and not my assistant, I would have taken like a security guard or a male, friend, play cousin, somebody, my lawyer, I don't know, somebody. If she knew, what he was about from their time on American Idol, years later, you have to take extra precautions. And again, I'm not blaming Paula. In fact, I believe everything that she's saying. You know, Nigel saying that it's not true, it's categorically false. Well, we will see when it all plays out in court. But I feel like, because this wasn't the first time, it was on two different occasions on two different shows. And that's unfortunate when you are forced to work with people who don't respect, you know, who you are, your bodily autonomy, right? They don't respect your boundaries. But I will say that in many cases, unfortunately, the victims are not believed, and the burden of proof is going to be on her to actually, prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that this happened. So maybe, like I'm saying, hopefully she has some kind of, well, I don't think they had recordings back then, but maybe she could find her assistant that he did that to as well, in order to, persuade a jury, because, SA unfortunately is the most, I think, if not one of the most underreported crimes. And, she said even in her lawsuit, she didn't come forward during that time because she was fearing retaliation and losing her job, which is completely believable. Him saying that it never happened in this statement, you know, we're going to see how it plays out. He's not taking, the Diddy route and paying her what she's asking within 24 hours. So he says he's going to fight it, and I will keep you guys updated. But yeah, it's really sad that, she's going through this. I am glad, though, that she feels like she can speak up now at the tender age of 61. Listen, I'm not mad. You know what I mean? Like, as long as you have breath still in your body, and they're allowing, victims of SA to come forward and have their stories told within these legal, uh, limitations from the Los Angeles Superior Court. I'm all for it. So again, California and New York, congratulations, and I'm glad that they're leading the way of allowing people to share their stories, because I feel like before the Me Too movement, that you really weren't able to. and that you would be retaliated against. But I want to hear from you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. What do you think about his statement? Do you believe it? Do you guys believe Paula? What are your thoughts? Let me know. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and I will talk to you later. Take care, Aces. And y'all be careful out there. Speaking of what's going on today is New Year's Eve. Please be careful, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere alone if you can help it, and keep your head on a swivel. Be vigilant, and don't go to anybody's house for any business dinners tonight. All right, I'll talk with y'all later. Take care. Bye.